playing Call of Duty Modern Warfare for, I would say, about 9 days of in-game time. Maybe more, I'm gonna say probably more. I haven't really been keeping track. And the reason I bring that up is because throughout that entire time process, I have had a thing called crossplay enabled. In case anyone doesn't know, Modern Warfare is the first Call of Duty game to ever. Fuck, I tried to get a headshot. It was the first Call of Duty game ever to enable crossplay. There are other games that have crossplay enabled, but they never really mainstream. The one that really got it going was Fortnite. But now, Modern Warfare is the first Call of Duty game to have crossplay enabled. Now, what's fantastic about it is it allows people to play, on different consoles, right? If you have a friend who has an Xbox and you have PlayStation 4, you can play together. Yay! That's not the point. The point is that there is a thing that allows you to have crossplay enabled, and I had it because I didn't care. In my head, I'm like, who gives a shit if I play against PC players? I'm not somebody who automatically says something like, I'm not somebody who thinks that, oh, they're on PC, so they're automatically better. There's still so much that goes into the performance of a weapon, uh, especially just how you play, all that stuff. It's not just point a gun and win, right? So I never really held this this mindset that I shouldn't play against people on PC because they're just going to be better than me. Now, all that being said, the reason I brought it up, 9 in-game days. That means it's like if matches last anywhere from like 5 to 10 minutes. I've played enough matches to basically be the equivalent of 9 days. Of all that time, I've never once come across a hacker. Until just now. I had a match that was like the absolute fucking worst in so many ways. If you're seeing this video, and curious about that, I am uploading the hack aspect of this conversation. So, suffice to say, this isn't just okay. None of those were headshots, yay. Aw, he's gonna kill. Ah, you killed me! Okay. So, what happened was that I was just playing, and I was going into matches. I accidentally went into hardcore, as I did again right now, because I wanted to go into core, because I think it's easier to get headshots, blah blah blah, never do it. That's not the point. I get into a match, and the first thing I see, before I'm even properly loaded in, is something in chat. Just to show off chat. Can't show off chat. Maybe if it's still there? No, it's all gone. It's all gone. All the things I said. Probably because it's suspended again. But the first thing I see is nice cheats, or something like that, or nice hacks. Now, I am someone who always holds a skeptical eye, because I'm not going to just simply hear someone say cheats and then think, oh, no cheats. I've seen accusations in the past. I had a situation where I was on a team with someone who was accusing the enemy team of hacks, and I thought it was odd because I felt like in no way were they using hacks. Oh, that's so lame. But then, as I'm reading this, I'm thinking, I wonder if they are actually using hacks. And I got a very quick answer. Because as soon as I spawned in, the moment I was into the game, I already got headshot. And I thought, that's a tad suspicious. Tad suspicious. And then it keeps going, and going. Suffice to say, it was pretty fucking obvious that they were using cheats. If you want to check it out for yourself, go ahead. It's one of those things where you can easily tell it was hacks, and you want to know why? It's not because of the fact they were so good that they were getting so many kills. It was the fact that every single kill was a headshot. It was only from 2 individuals in the lobby, and it was always suspiciously without them having a clear line of sight. Now I've died from people who, I didn't see at all, but when you die from somebody who never sees you once, it's pretty obvious what's going on. Especially when they always run the corners, immediately shooting you. Like, they shoot you before they see you. It's like they always know our future. It's like they're lagging behind their kills. So it's pretty fucking obvious that they're hacking. And literally what I just did for the rest of the game is just try and flame them. That's what I enjoyed doing. I just enjoyed insulting them and making fun of them. And they never take shit. Here's the thing, they're on fucking PC. They have the easy capability of responding. And there was some moments that I genuinely felt, not offended, but I felt like, wow, this is the best that they could do. Because at one point, I kept reeling off insults and shit, stuff like, what did I say? I started off by basically saying like, oh man, your life must be pretty sad, you must have been neglected as a child, no friends, accomplishments. And then I basically say, you might as well kill yourself. I'm someone who never really says kill yourself unironically. I always say it as just like a passing insult. But I'd say for the most part I was very genuine. It was very genuine when I was saying kill yourself at that point. Because I felt so exhausted by it that I just felt like the only appropriate response was, you really should just die. Obviously say that knowing that it's not a good thing to tell people to kill themselves, but for the most part it was just a jest. My basic insult with it was, you should kill yourself, but you'd still probably need somebody to help you out with that. Because I can only imagine that somebody who's using hacks is just so uncomprehensibly incapable of doing something that they literally use hacks just to accomplish the one thing they can never do, which was succeed at anything. At one point, one of the dudes chimes in by saying, don't walk in front of the Juggernaut. Oh, fantastic advice. That's right. Don't run in front of the dude using hacks. That's fantastic advice. I never thought about it. If you never get in the face of a guy with hacks, you can't die. Except I was still dying through walls, so I guess that argument was kind of fucking pointless. But it's sort of insightful that was the thing that he decided to say. He never responded to any of the things I said about him. Instead, it was just, oh, of course, none of them are headshots except for my teammate. Don't die, don't die, don't die! I'm popping off, what is this? Okay. What? I didn't get play. Okay. Excuse me. How the fuck did I not get play? I literally got 8 kills. I killed 8 people at the end. I'm literally even recording that right now. Holy shit, this is like one of the few times where I've literally recorded myself just like getting a shit ton of kills and not getting play of the game. Oh my god, I do not get play of the game. Oh, you got 8 kills? I don't care, this dude killed somebody. What? What? Oh my god. Okay. So, all of that being said, all of that sort of being discussed, it was so egregious You know, to me, that this was what we had to encounter. And I think what was sort of the more interesting aspect was that he literally said, "Why don't you lead the match?" Huh. See, that's a funny thing to say. If I leave the match, he has nothing to do. He has no one to kill. But people don't want to leave the match. He's ruining the match for people. He's ruining the experience. He's literally making it impossible for people to be able to fucking enjoy the game. But apparently it's on me. It's on me to leave the match. Yeah, that makes sense. Oh, I'm using hacks. I'm ruining the game. If you don't want to deal with it, then just leave the fucking match. Oh, yeah. Yeah. I think even the worst part is just the solemn fact that they were, like, level 100. Like, over level 100. Or over my level. Now, I don't know how fast they could have reached this point. But it was the fact that they still weren't banned. It was the fact that they were still in this game. That their accounts were just immediately nuked out of existence. I plan on having that video, and I plan on posting it on the subreddit in hopes that somebody will see it, that fucking Treyarch will see it. It genuinely sucks so much. Like, that this is what we have to deal with. And it's not even just that we have to deal with it. Is that the assholes don't care. They're genuine assholes who don't care about how they're ruining the game for people. The only thing they care about is what they're able to do. You know? It's never a fucking kid doing it. It's always an adult. It's always somebody who doesn't care about how they affect the game. And you can't really talk them out of it. You know? It's not a situation where it's like, oh, wow, that sucks. Well, you know what? I guess I can't do much about it. I guess I'll try and talk them out of it, and blah, because we don't want to talk them out of it. They know that they're hated. They know that they're assholes. They know that, you know, they're, like, the scum of the earth. But they don't care. Like, that's the reality of the hackers, is that they don't care. You know, they cared enough to, like, fucking invest money into stuff like this. They cared enough to be like, I am going to spend my money just so I don't actually have to be good at the game. Oh. It sets up a fucking thing and I have to deal with it. I didn't even see him. So, and they're trying so hard. You know, they're trying so hard. They literally have like the sweatiest fucking score streak for Gunner's Edge. You know, they weren't just simply going at it. No, they were going all in ruining this game. Because, you know, they know what they're doing. They know how they're affecting people. They know how it plays out. But they don't care. The only thing that matters to them is, like, getting these large-ass numbers. Whether or not it's deserved doesn't fucking matter. I'm someone who genuinely enjoys playing the game when I get rewarded. You know, when I do something and I get rewarded for the performance that I have. There's a gun in this game called the 725, and you know, it kind of comes down as being the, like, easiest weapon to use in this entire game. And I genuinely don't enjoy using it. And it's not because it's good, it's not because it's powerful, because it feels good, because it feels like I'm not earning anything, you know? That's why I can't understand hackers. You know, all they care about is numbers. They care about getting kills. They care about this arbitrary idea that they are doing something, when in reality, they're not. They're not doing anything. They didn't accomplish anything. They literally spent money it's like they bought a trophy, and they're like, look at me! I'm so amazing at looks at the trophy, doing well at this one thing. Like, that's what it is. You know, they're not accomplishing something. They're not performing anything well. They just spent money to basically be told, yes, I'm well enough capable to do this thing. Which they obviously aren't. And they don't care. I hate how people play this game. You know, I hate that people camp to get, you know, large sports leagues. I hate that people will, you know, jump shot every single engagement they get into because they feel like that's how they can win stuff. That's how they can best perform. And it's irritating because it's just how it feels to play against. How it feels to, you know, play this game and just see people doing everything they can to do the littlest they can to just perform as well as you can. I don't fucking sweat my ass off. I don't feel the need to use the best guns or the best tactics just so I can perform. Because I don't need to. That's the fun fact about this game, is that I don't need to play like my life depends on it. I don't need to go out of my way to play this game like the only things that matter in my life is that I got a fucking 2 KD. There are so many people who will do everything they can, and I hate it. It feels so egregious. But it's so much worse when it's hackers. Because, for the very least, when you have somebody using the 725, when you have someone drop-shotting, jump-shotting, when you have somebody camping in a fucking corner, they're using the in-game capabilities. Everyone can fucking use. You know what isn't? Hacks. It's fucking cheats. It's people who genuinely don't care. I had this one encounter that pissed me off. It was this one situation where at one point this game had a really weird glitch. And the glitch was that so there's this thing called regiments, and you could basically have a custom clan type, right? And what you could do is you could actually change the color of your clan type. Actually, it probably wasn't necessary for the regiments. It was just you could change your clan types, okay? You could change the color. Now, they probably didn't mean for this. One of the worst aspects is that you could do that in the beta, and then they removed it from the beta, and it's not in the main game. Like, you could change, like, you see how this one says experimental, challenge, and score streak? You could do that. You could change the color, so it'd be, you know, fun and cool, and then they removed that. There's a bunch of dumb facts. Fun fact, you can buy a thing in this game that makes your character say the word bitch. It makes your character say the word bitch. But guess what? You cannot say the word bitch in this game. I am not joking. I'm genuinely not joking. You cannot have a custom class with the title bitch. Bitch is apparently appropriate enough for people to say it in this game, but apparently you can class in this mature rated game. The in-game characters can say it. They literally have the word in their fucking, like, it's not just a character says it, it's literally a thing you can buy. It literally just says bitch. But you can't fucking translate it, okay? Now, back to the fucking exploit. Basically, you can change the color of your clan tag. But there was a weird thing that you could do, where if you change your clan tag to blue, it would cause your entire to appear blue. So the only thing that would be red were the brackets around your clan tag. So what this would mean is that if someone was to look at your name, the immediate thing they would see is a blue name, right? So most people would look at that and say, oh, it's a teammate, and then get shot in the face. So that was obviously like the worst fucking thing that could have possibly happened in the game, or just people trying to abuse this glitch. But I came across one person who fucking used this glitch, and we shit-talked him the next match. And in the very next match, he ends up on the enemy team. And I decided I'm going to try and shit down this guy's throat. So I spent the rest of the match using the 725 just so I can have an easy time shitting down his goddamn throat. And here's what's funny about it. Here's what's absolutely fucking hilarious about it. This guy was literally so sweaty, he literally would fucking drop shot. This guy was trying everything he could, including using an actual fucking cheating exploit. After the match, he felt like he had the high ground by saying, I was using the 725. I just want to kind of take a look at this. So if I go over to, you know, my weapons, I go over to Falcon class, I can equip the 725. I can do that. Anyone can do that. Anyone can equip the 725. That is not something ever reserved for anybody else. And everybody can use it fully, free, no consequence, no problem, no nothing. There's nothing about it. I can't fucking change my clan tag to become an absolute cheater. One is an in-game mechanic, the other is an exploit. This guy wants to try and... It's funny because this guy tried to make himself seem like, you know, he wasn't as bad as I was making out. So he's like, oh, you're trying to have the moral high ground. You're using the 725. Yeah, at least I wasn't fucking cheating. People like this don't care. Which I honestly wouldn't care too much. If a fucking hacker was literally just, yes, I know I'm a shitty person. I know I'm a crappy person. I know I'm a worthless piece of shit. I hacked because I'm bad at the game, and I just want to feel good. I know I'm ruining everyone else's experience, and I put it secondhand. If they just fucking own up to it, there's not a lot I can say. What can I say that isn't already on the fucking table? You're a worthless piece of shit. Your parents don't love you. You accomplish nothing in life. I can't say anything if they own up to it. But they'll never own up to it. And do you know why? It's because they don't want to believe it. They don't want to believe that they are a shitty person. You know, they want to keep this delusion in their head that they're still a good person. That they're still, you know... This is one video I saw. This guy trolling this hacker. He streamed himself cheating on Twitch. And I say cheating, but it's not. It wasn't just like, oh, he was using something he wasn't meant to do. He literally was just streaming this for other people. Like that's how it is. It was a grown ass adult trying to ruin the game for other people. But again, he didn't care. And it was so funny to watch because of how it entirely played out. It was a grown-ass man literally being like, oh, I'm so good at this game, everyone is so garbage, you can't even fucking step up to me. And he was using hacks. He's using hacks. And it's like, look at how big and strong I am. And he literally was like, has his face through one of those fucking cardboard cutouts that fucking stick your face through and like amusement parks and stuff. And that's how he was saying he was good at the game. He obviously had no skills. That's pretty fucking obvious. But he kept trying to be powerful. Oh, I so think today. But that's how hackers are. They think they're so good at the game just because of the fact that they're able to, you know, hack. Because the hacks make them invincible. It makes them impenetrable. It makes them powerful. You know, the funny thing about it is that in the video, the dude literally just starts crying like a fucking baby the second he starts getting fucked over. Like, these hacks that made him invincible and unstoppable and unbeatable, and all of a sudden somebody comes in with their own hacks, and all of a sudden he's crying like a baby. Like, oh, you're fucking bullying me, you're not letting me have fun with the game. Ah! it's so hilarious to see people like that because they have this grandstanding when they have the power, but the second that power's gone, oh, how quickly they go. How quickly they go from being this tough monster motherfucker being fucking a low-life piece of shit. That's the reality of hackers. Normally I wouldn't fucking care, but it's just a fact. I've enjoyed this game a lot. Not once have I come across hackers. And that was like the worst part about it, is that I couldn't do anything about it. I couldn't fucking pull out some ultimate thing just to get his account banned, or I couldn't do anything to like get his account banned, or fucking say anything that would actually change. I think what's even more ridiculous is the way that teammates of players like of this, there were two hackers in the round, right? But it was sort of funny was there was literally someone else on their team who wasn't hacking. I don't assume was hacking because he wasn't the one of the two players who literally was just getting headshots through the fucking map. But he literally was just like, just get good, shut the fuck up. That's right. Our problem was the fact that we weren't good at the game. I mean, ignore the fact that he's using hacks. And that we should just shut up because apparently we had nothing to complain about. It's so easy for people on the team of the hacker to just have this whole like this nonchalant concern about it, because of course, you know, like if you're not the, I mean, morals is something I think people should consider, but the reality is that people often won't do anything with their own team. Like, the best thing that I could possibly see is if they're fucking... If we couldn't. But if they just started fucking team killing these guys, that would have solved so much. But of course, they didn't. Because they're not the ones who had to deal with it. They didn't have to deal with the hacks. They didn't have to deal with the bullshit. Their games weren't being ruined. Just ours. We were the ones who had to do it. We were the ones who had to put up with it. So, of course, they did nothing. I can almost 100% promise you, like, that team, at least the majority of that team, did not fucking report him for hacks. I didn't get a single headshot that game. And that's the problem, is that these accounts can be dealt with so much faster when people start reporting them. If people report them for hacks, guess what? They start to notice that there are hackers in the game. Just sucks. I want to be able to enjoy this game, and I want everyone else to be able to enjoy this game. To just think that there's going to be situations like this that happen, people have to come across that. I mean, it's mostly on PC, so obviously the solution is to just disable crossplay, but I don't see why I have to disable crossplay just because of the fact that hackers are assholes. Ultimately, hackers are always going to exist. Hackers are always going to be ruining games. And the only thing we can do as a community is that when we see it's happening, we fucking report it. We don't have to be bystanders in this game, because at the end of the day, you don't have to just stand around and watch an entire team suffer. You can report people. You can report hackers. And if anyone has this grandstanding of like, well, if I'm not on the enemy team, then I don't really care. I want you to just think of this. If you don't fucking report that hacker, you might be on the enemy team. You might just end up on the enemy team. And if you are sticking with the hacker, then you deserve to be banned as well. Simple as that. It's fucking 5:41 in the goddamn morning. It is way too early to have to put up with this bullshit. And by early, I mean I haven't slept. I'm tired, and this has genuinely pissed me off. Hopefully, I can never deal with that again. Like, ever. Regardless, this was a very interesting tangent. If you decide you want to go check out the hacking video, you can go check it out. You can see the things I said, the things that they said. And you can just see how fucking obvious it is. They literally had a fucking juggernaut, and it was fucking ridiculous. I literally like spawned in a fucking crate, in one of the crates, because we were on vacant, and I was getting shot through the fucking crate. And I have, do I have this on? No, I don't. It doesn't even fucking matter. You can't defend that shit. Whatever. Have a great day. Unless you're a fucking hacker, then get yourself.